Good evening, team, and welcome. How are we all doing? Oh, it's Monday. It's race week, people. It's the Brighton Marathon race week, and we are loaded up and ready to go. How is everybody doing? And welcome along to our Monday night. Hang on, I'm just adjust the camera. Actually, I better not because we've had so many. Oh, it's gone a bit dark. We've had so many IT problems this weekend. I'm just going to not touch anything because it could go terribly wrong. Right. So, how is everybody doing? Let's get everybody in. I may sneeze. Anybody else getting allergies? Hay fever season's also here as well as marathon season. It's pretty tough stuff. I think I need to take some of them antihistamine thingies. But there we go. So if you're new around here, this is our Monday night live stream. I'm here to answer your questions, coaching, shoes related, whatever you want to talk about. We don't care. We'll go through that. Firstly, I do want to give a shout out and say thanks to everybody who tuned into the live show on Friday from the studio. We really appreciate that for all the love and stuff. We know it wasn't 100% right in terms of lighting, audio and stuff, but it was our first go, so we were tinkering, let's say. We also left the light on by accident. One of those things. Sorry about that. But what I have found is that we recorded, Hayden and I, a marathon talk for London Marathon special. We recorded that before we came on live with you guys, and I have to say I think it's one of our best podcasts we've done. If you're running the London Marathon, or if you just like these podcasts in general, I think you're going to really enjoy the marathon talk that we've got coming out. It's coming out on Good Friday. It's really good. I think, as I said, I think it's our best podcast. It gives a different dynamic, I think, when we're together. You see it on the live shows that we do when we do it in front of a live audience. But yeah, it was something pretty awesome about that. So that's coming out Good Friday. We've also got a pre-record this Friday, which, again, something new, doing stuff differently on this channel. We recorded Friday's podcast out on a run. The audio is okay, all right. So just be mindful of that. But it's quite good. So check that out as well. And that's this Friday. That's talking about running back-to-back marathons. So you may find that interesting as well. So again, as everybody joins, get your questions, get your comments in the chat, and I'll work my way through that. So just coming about what's on the channel this week. Firstly, making, like I said, I mentioned it, I think, a couple of weeks ago, small change to the channel. One less video a week, unless there's a specific demand for it, like a date I have to publish something or whatever. Or there's like a really hot shoe, I might just put a video out. But in general, we're going to a 3 video week and 2 live streams. So that's just basically you're losing the Saturday one. Long story short, I'm trying to increase the quality, marginal, but increase the quality on some, spend a little bit more time on others. And so that's an experiment I'm going to be running on the channel. So we'll see how that impacts it. I think also it's better sometimes to let the shoe reviews breathe a bit. I do find with some of the, what are they called? The, let me think. Like the best, not the best of, like when I did the comparisons, like I did 2 last week, like the most comfortable shoes and that sort of stuff, best value ones. They tend to do better if I let them breathe a little bit. So we're going to try a little bit of that in April. So see what happens there. So still keep pushing out stuff. Still 2 live streams a week. But yeah, we'll just scale one back and see how that goes. And then in terms of shoes, I make you all laugh. You remember? I don't remember who. Somebody asked me a question last week about Skechers, and I said delayed and all this sort of stuff. They're all there. It's just 3 pairs of all the Skechers shoes. They turned up on the Tuesday. Brilliant. So yeah, we've been putting them into play at the moment. We've also got the Saucony Guide 18, which is a bit dull. But we've got the Saucony Guide 18, got my London shoes through. That video will drop nearer London. What else in terms of on the channel? Cumulus video. Actually, it might come tomorrow. I'll have a look at that. I might be able to tell you if that's coming out. And we've got a really good video about sort of race day shoes with no carbon plates as well coming your way. So there's a few sort of good videos still coming out and heading your way. So make sure you check them out. Again, make sure you tell everybody about this live stream on a Monday. Your job is to tell everybody. We put out today our infamous, let's call it, or viral hit from last year, the route, the London Marathon route. If you know somebody who's doing London Marathon, go over to my Instagram at @FORDY_runs and share that with them. Tag them in the comments. I think they'll get a lot out of that. So we put that out today. That was recorded in the studio on Friday. We won't be back in the studio until June. We've actually now worked out when we're going in there and stuff like that. So that's all planned. When we're going to be hitting the studio, obviously there's a cost involved in the studio, so we've got to be a bit sensible about it. It'd be nice if somebody like I don't know, gave us a ton of money from like we should go on Dragon's Den or something, then we could go there every week. But no, it's something that we're going to be doing, as I say, probably once or twice a quarter in terms of the video podcasts that come out. But yeah, so all things are changing and moving in a positive direction. Right, okay, so that's the update on the channel. As I said, I've got Brighton this week. I'm taking a little bit of a downer, even though I'm London Marathon training. I've eased off the miles this week. I didn't run today, didn't run yesterday. That's deliberate. I'll get 15 miles done this week, and then obviously I've got the marathon on Sunday, so I'll be about 40 miles again, and I'll do similar sort of the week after, then I'll come down ready for London. That's the plan in terms of that. What else I need to tell you? I can't tell you about that until it's confirmed, but I may be doing something pretty cool on Friday that will be on TV, but we shall wait and see what happens on that. I'm just waiting for all that to be confirmed. But yeah, I might be on TV on Friday. And yeah, that's it. We've got the Shakeout Run in Brighton. If you want to come along to that, that's just a good shout to mention that, because we won't be live on this Friday because we've got the pre-record. So yeah, if you're just fancy coming down there, we're doing the Preston Park Run on Saturday at 9 a.m. Okay, and then I'm doing the kids event thing afterwards. But yeah, so I'll be there for in Preston Park for quite a while, and I'm doing the Friday nights thing as well on Friday night with Brooks. So loads going on, people. Right, okay, all up to speed. Everybody's there. Get your questions in, comments in, and I'll work my way through it. Again, thanks to everybody who is joining us. We're live every Monday at 8 o'clock, and then we do the pod on a Friday. I will be here. I'm planning to be here next Monday after the Brighton Marathon, so I'll report back to you on that. Right, so let's work our way through. Everyone's just saying evening at the moment, which is really kind. But there's not a hell of a lot of questions coming in, so that's good news for some, bad news for others. We'll look forward to Brighton. Go well, thank you. Yeah, not running a time at Brighton, Ian. Just going to cock about, really. It's a long run for me. Brighton is a long run for me. I've not done Brighton Marathon before, so I'm looking forward to it. And we shall see how we get on. But yeah. So Leslie, good evening. Wow, there's lots of you here. It's just not many questions, which is a good thing about it, I think. Sound of Vision, okay, thank you, Gary. Bring on the 40s at Brighton. So Tom's coming down to Brighton as well. So again, we're heading down there. We've got a lot of stuff going on down there, so I'm super excited. What's the best stuff to use to clean Brooks trainers? The best stuff to clean to use any trainers. I just use, if I'm on the videos, you'll see most of the time, unless I'm being really quite lazy, I'll clean them, and I just get, the like the household wipes. Like, the man size. I shouldn't really say that anymore, can't I? But like those really big ones, the thick ones, I just wipe them over with them. That seems to do the trick. So that's the best thing. There is that boot buddy thing and mud and all that stuff. But for me, when I clean them to use them on the cameras and stuff, I just get one of those wipes and just clean them over. That's all I tend to do. But they're there to get dirty, right? So I do that more because you believe it, amount of people who moan about having muddy shoes on YouTube videos is, I think I don't remember. I think it's people get in some countries offended by it. So I'm conscious of that. So I do try and clean the shoes before I put them on the videos. But sometimes I basically can't be bothered. Okay. Leslie has a little knee niggle. Leslie, make sure you do something about that. Don't let a niggle become a problem. Morning, Matthew. Congratulations. Matthew smashed out his first half marathon in under 2 hours yesterday. So big shout out to Matthew. If you're interested in getting coached by me, then drop me an email, hello@fordyruns.com. So yeah, he did a great job. It was Gary who asked about the sketches. Gary, I can't show you. They're all under embargo, but I've been wearing them and stuff. So yeah, but yeah, I can't. Unfortunately, I'll literally get shot. I've been told they're under embargo about 400 times. So best not. I was worried about. No, I bet you I won't highlight the fact that when I was wearing them, because somebody might have accidentally worn them for something. Mark, evening, Chris. Oh, hi, Chris. Just ordered the Adidas Evo SL in the grey colour. I'm hoping they fit. Okay, yeah, they should do, mate. As I said, the Adidas stuff's a bit funny. The Bostons, don't forget Bostons, by the way. Bostons are coming on sale. You've got, that's a good shout. You've got Vaporfly 4. They drop. 3rd of April's in my mind. I may be wrong, but the Proto colorway drops. And then you've got Boston 12 is a limited drop in terms of them. And then they go on full sale at the moment. I'm being told June. Okay. But there is a limited drop. Only available on Adidas, apparently. And then you're going to get the full drop in June. So the Boston 13. So just, if you're asking about that, but just look out for that Boston. But yeah, Evo SL, some great colorways out there in the Adidas shoes at the moment. They really are. Okay, right. Let's just move down. John, last week asked if a middle-aged runner who does 45 minutes 5K should buy super shoes. I did. Zoomfly 6. Felt totally awesome and ran a really good 5K. Made me focus on my pace technique. That's what I said to you, John. Ultimately, it's down to you. And if you can afford it, why not? Yeah, and if it's going to have that effect on you, mate, crack on. You know what I mean? Who's to tell you can't? Shouldn't be dictated to by anybody else other than yourself, bro. So well done. Oh, Matt Nash question's in, everybody. The Matt Nash question, the weekly Matt Nash question is here. So firstly, go well and Brighton this weekend. Thank you, brother. In your opinion, what is the most underrated running shoe? Oh, well, the one I want to tell you, I'm not going to tell you because I made a video about it. So I'm not going to mention that one because I'm going to leave that as a little bit of a surprise for you. Any other ones spring to mind? I still go back to the Adidas Supernova Prima. I think that's such a good shoe. It really is. It's so comfortable. It's not going to blow the doors off. It's not the lightest thing in the world, but I think it's a really good shoe, and you can get it like 100 and something quid. So I think that's a good underrated shoe. I think the New Balance 1080 version 14 don't get as much love as it deserves. I think the Neo Vista doesn't get as much love as it deserves because the Neo Zen came out. I don't think that Neo Vista gets as much love as it deserves. But yeah, the one shoe I keep thinking about, I'm not going to mention because I want you to see the video, and I think you'll appreciate it when you see it. It's such a good shoe. I absolutely love it. It's one of them shoes that I'm like really happy that I've got. It's like, ooh, I can't wait to take them out again. So yeah, it's a bit annoying really that I've got running some of these shoes at the moment because I just want to run in them. It's such a good shoe. And I picked them up cheap. I feel like a hero. And I feel a bit naughty that I can't tell you about it, Matt. But you just have to deal with it. Not my problem. Rebel 4 maybe is another good shout as well. Okay. Advice for a friend who is starting their first ever marathon training block 6 months until race day. Start slow, build mileage slow, get in the gym, look at your cross training, look at your get that right. You can get your strength and cross training work like focused in on at the start now, and make a habit um now about it, then that's the best piece of advice I could give them. Dennis, again, guys, thanks to everybody for joining us. Get your questions and get your comments in. I'll answer them. Hopefully, the stream's going out well. So I've had some IT problems. I didn't even think we'd be able to do it tonight. So thanks for everybody for joining us. It means a lot. Dennis, just want to say thanks for the Salt Sticks electrolytes recommendation. They work to treat on my 220 mile runs. I'm glad about that, Dennis. Yeah, we talked about them. What was it, a couple of weeks ago? Hang on. Mine are still here because they're going to be packed for the weekend. If you didn't see them, they're the ones I take. Just got them off of Amazon. Salt stick, electrolyte, fast chews, watermelon. Just off Amazon. Take them about every 3 miles, something like that. Yeah, your Hoka Cielo X1. The video is filmed on that. But no, I'm not going to say anymore. The video's there. I could release it. But I'm unsure. I'm unsure about it, and I actually got someone to watch it, and they advised me not to release it, which may give you a clue about the direction I went with it. But my gut was telling me I may have gone a little bit too far with it. So if you didn't know what I'm talking about, go back to it. But I have filmed it. But yeah, I actually took somebody's advice. I got somebody to watch it. And they said that maybe don't put it out. Sometimes you have to listen to good advice. I don't know, but it's filmed. Yeah, I'll leave that one there. You may guess, you may have to read between the lines why it's not come out. Right, I'm having some tea. Okay. Sheridan, been using Kendall for this training book. What's their post race? What's their best post race immediate finish? Ideally with water. Oh, so what do you have after? I just have their electrolyte stuff. There's like a big powdery thing. I just have some of that. I use the gels in the race, and then when I finish, I have like a 750 made up stuff of the what's it called, the electrolyte powder, but it's a lemon and mint one I have. It's really nice, especially if it's been in the fridge. That's what I use. Okay, Ian's in the house. Ian, evening, Chris, good luck to Brighton. Thank you. Can't wait to start my week of beetroot shots. He's got Paris. Yeah, the old beetroot shots. Anybody else taking beetroot leading up to race? I'm not taking them for Brighton. Ben was asking, was it Ben? Somebody was asking me about these the other day. And I got to give Ben a shout out. He ran under 19 minutes in the 5K park run at the weekend. Nobody really cares, but I just, and I think he's feeling a bit underloved because nobody cares that he ran under 19 minutes the first time. So I want to give him a bit of a shout out tonight. But yeah, he was asking, I swear it was him about the beetroot. I'm not beetrooting for Brighton. And if you don't know what we're talking about, I've done a video on this ages ago. I took them once without sort of telling anybody. It wasn't like I was trying to, I don't know, do some influencing about some beetroot shots that I got for free and all this crap. I just took them because I thought I'll give this a go. And I have used them ever since. But this marathon, because it's a long run, I've not been using them. But every time I've used them, I haven't had any negative effect. But at the same time, I haven't. I had one good result on them. So I don't know. I'm a bit on the fence, but no downside. But either way, Ian, good luck. Yeah, good luck. Okay. Mark's Adidas Pro 4s are giving him underfoot pain hotspot. So it's not going to be his Brighton shoes. Similar sort of story to what I've got, basically. So he's going with the Super Blast. Oh, he's asking Super Blast or Alpha Fly. If you're going for a time, I'd go Alpha Fly. If you're going to run sensibly, then I'd rather the Super Blast. All right, that's how I would roll it. Yeah, probably a good shout. There was some Super Blast on sale last week. Did anyone see them and get any pair? Like the green colourway. was on sale. Steve, how are you finding the change in the weather? We seem to have jumped up in temperature. Yeah, I love it. This week's going to be warm. I absolutely love um, warmer temperatures. I'll say it now. I swear that Mrs. put the heating. I put this hoodie on literally just before I came on. I was a bit cold up in here. I was working up here. And now she's put the heating on. I'm absolutely sweating. Mind you, I need to lose a stone of weight, so it's good to sweat it out, I suppose. How you find the show? Yeah, so I like training in the warmer weathers. I'm a big fan of training in warmer temperatures. I don't really like the cold. I'm a miserable sod most days, but I'm worse in the hot heat stuff. So yeah, I like it, Steve. I'm really enjoying it. There's nothing nicer than going out at lunchtime for a quick run and just putting a t-shirt and shorts on. I think it's the best thing ever. Okay, so Leslie, she's 5 weeks out from her marathon, or his marathon, sorry. Have reduced miles and cut out speed work because of knee. Physio appointment on Thursday. What sort of impact might that have on my marathon expectation? Well, if you keep pushing, it's going to have a big impact because you're going to be injured. So I think the smart thing to do is do what you're doing and reduce some of that intensity and load through the leg and whatnot and rehab it and see what the physio says on Thursday. So you're doing the right things is what I'd say. So, but don't worry about what's going to happen on race day. Really don't worry about it. Okay. Anders, marathon pace, a long run. What is best? 20K easy, then 10K marathon pace, or alternate 3K marathon pace, 3K easier through the entire long run? I personally prefer, in an ideal world, you do both sessions through your plan, right? But I prefer doing sort of on and off pace. I would probably stretch out from 3K to 5K on that. I would say, because I find it harder, and that's why I'm doing it for you. I find it harder to go from sort of easy pace up to marathon pace and then coming down and going up. It's a harder effort because you're obviously your heart rate's coming down and then the effort's going up. So you're sort of extending the fatigue part of it, which is great in terms of actually training. It's really good, the effect. So I would do that. That said, doing the other sessions is a good session as well. But I would probably go for 5K and 5K is the way I'd probably do that. I mean, you can shorten it up a little bit. What would be like 2 miles and 2 miles. It's up to you. Whatever works for you in terms of getting the session done. But I think that's a real tough one to do if you're going up and down, because as I say, your heart rate's coming off. You're having to get going again. Your form will start to deteriorate into the second half of the run as well. So if you focus on form as well, that'll obviously help you. So there's a lot of factors that you can really improve on if you do those sort of runs. So good luck. Got to physio, highly recommend. More or at ease different IT ban. Look, listen, shit. So good luck with everyone. Okay, thanks, Tim, for sharing. Richard, he's training for his first marathon on 5th of May in Milton Keynes. I have London Landmarks this weekend, followed by 21 miles the week after. Do I send it at London Marathon and London Landmarks or take it easy? I'd give it a go. Why not? What do you got to lose? If you're finding it tough, then back out and cruise in second half at marathon pace. But yeah, why not? You've got May, 5th of May. So how many weeks you got? 6 weeks, if I'm right? Absolutely send it. See what you got in the tank. Just anything starts to ache or hurt or do anything, you just back the hell out of it. Yeah. And so you might feel a bit leggy. So ease up. If you're doing that on Sunday, just ease up the front end of next week. Let that take effect and then go into your long run. Then the focus is on the long run that week. Gary, in your opinion, who is the most overrated YouTuber? I know you can't say. I'm not going to answer that. I'll say myself. I'm not going to. You guys tell me in the comments. You tell me who's the most overrated other than myself. You let me know. I've got my opinions. Keep them to myself. Okay, just what's this? Pure Cell. I've just bought the Brooks half tights. Do you think they will be okay for a phone and 6 gels? Or will I need something else? I've got a pair of they're in that cupboard there, ready for. I've got the Brooks half tights. I ran them on Saturday, did 15 miles. I had phone in one side, and I think I didn't have any gels actually, but they could take 2 gels, 3 gels, easy. The only thing I found with my ones, but I don't know whether they're the same ones as yours, they didn't have like a zip pocket on the back. I like the ones from Sayscar with a zip pocket on the back. But I'm running with Brooks this weekend, so I'm like basically a Brooks advertising board. You're welcome. Anyway, I like them. Noah, plantar flare up for the first time. Felt good next day. Should I be worried about reoccurring or just lower the load? Find out the root of the issue. I would say in terms of plantar, there's obviously a reason for it. So find out what it is. Maybe you've changed something. Maybe you've aggravated it somehow. I'm still struggling with a bit of a niggle on my left leg. I've had it since I did that 20-mile race. I went down like a pothole slightly, or like just went over a little bit on it, and I've really feeling that ever since then. So you want to know what the root of the cause is. So establish what that is, and then work on that. Is the best thing to do. You lot, it's like a physio ward tonight. Horse, I got myself perennial tendonitis 3 weeks ago. Tried to run 5K 2 days ago and had some pain. And the next day, we'll miss my first marathon on Sunday. Any advice from recovery from? I'm not a physio, unfortunately, but the most important thing is to listen to your body and rest and recover. But I'm not a physio. I don't like giving out medical advice. What I would say if you was a client of mine is firstly to follow the medical advice, but rest up, come back stronger, and just don't worry about anything. It'll all be fine. Okay. Chris, what's your favorite easy recovery shoe? I would say the Vomero 18 at the moment is definitely up there. Really love the Vomero 18. It's one of my favorites. That and the Puma Forever Run Nitro 2. I really like that as well for recovery bits. It's like sessions where I don't have to like if I do a double run or like say 3 runs in a day, and I some of the let's say out of those 3 runs, 2 of them I'll be running a shoe that I'm reviewing. The other shoe I'll slip in like a Vomero or a Puma Forever Run. Really like them shoes. But I've now got a shoe from Skechers that will start doing, or has actually already started doing some of that work. If you're listening to the pod, I'm drinking tea. Thanks everybody for joining us. Get your questions, get your comments in. I will work my way through them once I've drunk my tea. Don't forget about the YouTube question that Gary's asked you. Okay, I'm back. It's like a, like when you go to the theatre and you have like a drinks break, what they call it. Okay, Ben. Ben, 4 weeks to London. I can only manage a 1 hour long run a week. Did 20 miles last week, but at 62, need the recovery time between. Do you think there'll be an issue? No. Won't be an issue at all. Most important thing, Ben, is to listen to yourself. Listen to your body. Know what works for you. Yeah. You'll be fine. You'll be just absolutely fine. I'm telling you now. You'll get round, mate. You'll get round. Don't worry about that. Hi, Chris. Adidas market the Prima as a support stability shoe. Would I agree? I think you'll find it's the solution that they advertise as a support stability shoe. What they said, I believe, and I may be wrong, and I usually am, is that the Prima is basically a sort of morph of the Rise and the Supernova with more stack. So it's taken like both elements of both shoes and they've just increased the stack. I think that's the idea behind it. I may be wrong, but what I can say about the Prima, firstly, that I think it's great value at the price that it currently is over here in the UK. I think it is a stable ride. And I think that's one of the most appealing things about it, other than obviously the rides. I think it's nice with the Dream Strike and the Anywhere outsole and the fit in general. The upper's really nice on it. I just think it is a stable ride. So I don't necessarily agree with you in terms of that it's marketed that, but I may be wrong. But I can agree with you that the fact that it is a very stable ride. As I said, I think that's one of the good things about it. John, yeah. So the Hoka Cielo is going to be your bright marathon shoe, yeah. John, well read between the lines, son. I don't want a lawsuit. So yeah. Okay. Matt Nash is coming back. I actually bought the Prima on the back of your review, and I love them. It's almost like you know what you're talking about. Yes, Matt. It's surprising, really, that I do know what I'm talking about. Some say I don't. Overrated YouTubers. This guy. Okay. There we go. Gav's answering my question for answering Isomix. Thank you, mate. Appreciate it. Lee Jackson's in the house. Evening, Chris. Hope all goes well in Brighton at the weekend. As an absolute backup plan regarding marathon shoes, if things don't go to plan, would the Boston 12 do the job? Absolutely, they would do the job. Boston 12, again, underrated shoe at the moment, I would say, maybe. A lot of other good shoes out there. Boston 12 is a phenomenal shoe. Again, super cheap, people. We did a video about that recently. So, yeah, the Boston 12 is a great shout. Ben really likes them, if you follow the channel. Matt got a cheap pair of Magmax on Vinted. Bargains to be had on there. Okay. Can't wait to see how they feel for the easier long run after you watch it. Yeah, I absolutely love the Magmax. It really is a phenomenal shoe. It's one of those shoes that just work for me. Puma shoes just work for me, which is great because they're just really good. As I said, I really like the Forever Run at the moment. That's sort of taken the Magmax's place for me, really. As I said about those runs where I don't have to necessarily run in something, the Magmax would have been that shoe. But because the Puma Forever Run Nitro 2, I really like the shoe. Again, just works for me. That's sort of taking its place, really. But again, I'm very lucky. 1 hour 36 half marathon. What's a good marathon goal? Kind of how consistently are you running 1 hour 36? I would say before I answer that. How consistently are you running 136? Was that just a one-off, or was that something that you're consistently knocking on the door at? Because then we can build something around that. Let me know. Evening, Dan. Okay, Gary, what is your shoe for Brighton and London? Brighton, I think I've mentioned it. I've got to wear Brooks because obviously I'm down there with Brooks for the weekend. I've got the options of the what are they called? Probably should know. Hyperion Elite 4 PB. I've got Glycerine Max they sent me. I've got the Glycerine 22. I've got the Hyperion Max 2. So I've got some choices on what to wear. And if I wasn't in the position that I am in regards to it's a long run, I would go with the PB because I ran them at the Watford Half and loved the shoe. But because I'm not going to be running any sort of pace, because I deliberately don't want to run any sort of pace, I'm half tempted to go for something like the Glycerine or Glycerine Max or even the Hyperion Max route. But I'll make a call on it probably on the day, is what I'm thinking. But again, I may just throw all that out the window and just go for the Hyperion PB. My only worries with the Hyperion PB is that when you're sort of running easy pace for me, so that's that sort of 9-minute miles, 5:35 per kilometre, something like that. I don't know how particularly comfortable that's going to be, but it's a nice light shoe. It's going to be a warm day, probably a good shoe to wear. I don't know at the moment. London, they're here, but the video will come out soon on that one. Dan, evening for you. Just curious, any suggestions for good running shoes that are good for walking 20k steps a day for a week, then using as runners after? Yeah, I did a video about walking shoes. The one for me is the Glycerine. I think that's a great shoe for walking about in. And then, they're taking them out. So have a look at the Glycerine from Brooks. Mike Smith, would you run a marathon in the Zoom Fly 6? Yeah, probably. Listen, I ran the Berlin Marathon in a pair of Skechers Go Ride 11s. So I can run the marathon in pretty much anything. So, yeah, definitely. Have you heard? Yeah, it's under embargo. There was a lot of, leave it at that. Lisa, doing Brighton Marathon, picked up a calf strain 10 days ago. Oh, dear. Cleared by the physio and osteo. Good. My planned time is out of the window, so I'm really going to just need the 4 cheers. Yeah, if you didn't know, at Brighton, if you are running Brighton, we've got a cheer station down at the last mile, official cheer zone down there with the organisers. We put that together. So if you are running the Brighton 10K or the Brighton Marathon at the weekend, we're going to be down there in the last mile, giving you that little bit of a zoom as you come down that final stretch. I'm looking forward to Brighton, mainly because I think it's just going to be a big running weekend, which I kind of really like those sort of big running weekends. I think, funnily enough, again, we was talking about that on the that podcast that I mentioned that's going to be coming out, the Marathon Talk one, which I think is our best podcast we've done. How London Marathon would be better if it was like London Marathon weekend. Hayden was telling me like how like Boston becomes like running, taken over by running, and all this sort of stuff. So I think that'd be pretty awesome if they did something along them lines. Oh, what's this? I feel like you may be running the London in the New Balance SC Elite version 5. No, I'm not running. I can categorically tell you that I'm not running it in the New Balance SC Elite version 5. I think they will be on the feet of some people because they're due to drop in May, as I understand it. So I think you will see that, but I'm not under any embargo or anything like that. I do have some stuff from New Balance. But I don't have the SC Elite version 5, but they are apparently due in May. But as I said, keep an eagle-eyed watch on, I would say, some influencers and a few of New Balance's runners over the marathon weekend. I think you may see a glimpse of them. Whether you're meant to see a glimpse of them, I'm not really sure at the moment. But no, I can categorically say, sitting here today, that I will not be running it in the SC Elite version 5. But you don't know, mate. Look, that could change. Anything could happen. Anything could come through the door. As I said, look at last week, Mike, with Skechers. I'm sitting here selling you. No, Skechers told me all the shoes that are coming out have all been delayed. I won't be getting them until like middle of April. Boom, ding dong. Oh, this big box is for you. I opened up 3 pairs of Skechers, all samples. So who knows? But sitting here, Mike, I can hand the heart to you. I'm not. Okay. Oh, what's this? Thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. Again, back live next Monday, yeah? Make sure you keep telling people about the live streams. Great to see so many of you here. Genuinely appreciate it. Keep telling everybody about the live stream if you could. I'd really appreciate it. Just here to answer coaching questions, shoes, whatever you want to talk about. Daddy Longlegs, do you think you can do a video for shoes for heavier runners? Was looking to add the Evo SL favourite shoes to Zoom. I think, yeah, it's not a bad shout. I might ask my mate... Herm Runs, see if he fancies doing a little collab vid. He's a big dude, but also has got a big heart. So I'd actually, yeah, it's not a bad shout thinking about it. I don't know if he's coming over for London. I must message him and find out. But yeah, big dude approved video would be kind of cool thinking about it. Yeah. So answer your question. I like the idea. Now you've got me thinking about doing that. Okay. Let's have a look at this. What's this? Mark. I'm glad I'm not on TikTok, so I avoid all the overrated running influencers. Yeah, then half a lot of bollocks on TikTok really is all these guys to giving you advice, not even qualified to do it. But there we go. Chris, you mate are definitely the go-to number one. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you, Mark. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, as I said to you, I try and I try and look at it from an everyday runner's perspective. I know not everyday runners get sent all these shoes and can afford to run in £250 shoes. I get all that right, but in terms of like a normal person, somebody who works, 9 to 5, kids, family, juggling life, trying to train, needs to lose some weight, runs for mental health, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I try and look at it from that point of view. But I do pride myself that I'm able to back everything that I talk about up with the fact that I'm qualified as an athletics and running coach. Athletics is a good thing to mention. I've focused in on the endurance side of things, and that's key. So, and I coach a lot of runners. I coach a lot of runners successfully as well. Matthew's a good example of that. Ran his first half marathon this weekend and went under 2 hours. That's his first half marathon he's done. His first half marathon is done with me. So I pride myself on the fact that I if I'm saying something, it's usually based around knowledge. Don't get me wrong. I get stuff wrong. I'm happy to hold my hands up, But yeah, I try and do the best job and be as transparent and open and authentic as possible. I'm not here to get views. I'm not here to blow smoke up brands' asses. I'm not here to do collabs with brands. Brands want to work with me because the way I am. That's great. Brooks, good example of that. I'm there with them all weekend. They get it, right? They get the fact of we've built the biggest running club in this country that offers opportunities for everyday runners to get together across the whole country. and beyond that. Yeah, and they get that and they buy it. There's no barrier to entry. So yeah, I'm not somebody who's interested in working with X, Y, and Z brand, but I'm really lucky that some of the brands do want to work with me. There's quite a few who don't, and that's fine. But yeah, yeah, try and stuff. At least some of the advice on TikTok's total bollocks, and it's a lot of it's just being copied from other people. It really is. So just take it all with a pinch of salt. Okay, what's this? Alexander, hi, thoughts. A friend hasn't trained. Sure, that's not you. 80 miles only this year. Longest run 18 miles 4 weeks ago. Run one a week. Paris Marathon in 2 weeks. I've done a full training block and I'm in disbelief. You're saying that they haven't. I don't get the question. Sorry, Alexander. A friend hasn't trained 80 miles only this year. Longest run was 18 miles 4 weeks ago. One run a week. Okay. Paris Marathon in 2 weeks. I don't think they should run Paris. No, but it's up to them. I've done a full training block and I'm in disbelief. Okay, yeah, so that happens. But don't forget, some people are able to do it, right? Some people, look at Speedgoat. He went out and ran the Yorkshire Marathon on no training. So some people can do it. I personally wouldn't advise to do it because there's no point injuring yourself doing some damage that you can't, reverse out. Any news on the Metaspeed Sky Edge? Yeah, I believe they're coming soon. Okay, plateaued at a 35K for the past few months. Do you think some carbon runners should be the secret ingredient to fight? No, I think the secret to going under 20 minutes in the 5Ks is working hard in the gym, doing the strength work, and working hard in your training at those speedier sessions. But the strength work will do it. Put all that together with a strong mental focus on that 5K. Getting it right on race day with a 5K is really key. If you balance it out, it tends to happen. People go out too hard in the 5K and they blow up. So if you do that, you've got a better chance than spending stupid amounts of money on a carbon plated shoe. I'm coaching a guy who's looking to run under 230 in London, and he does park run in like Reebok Energy float rides and Adistar 3s, and he's like 16, 17 minutes just for fun. No carbon in sight. Here we go. Dennis, off to Berlin for the Super Half this weekend. Yeah, there's loads going out there. Loads of 40 runs go there. Have fun. I've seen Under Armour Velocity Elite 2s on sale. I have a bit of a wider foot. What is the fit like? What's your fit with them? Yeah, what's your fit with the Elite 2? It's a great shoe, great 10K shoe. But what's your fit, John? Be careful of that. Maybe get both sizes. I'm not sure they come in half sizes, actually, from memory. I was a UK 10 in them. So, again, just watch your sizing. Big boy on them ones. But, yeah, good luck. It's a great shoe. It really is. Version 3 looks fantastic, by the way. And that's coming soon. Right, okay, team. We've wrapped it up. Thank you for everybody for joining us. I can't believe how quick the time goes on these things. It's amazing. I can't believe that the internet's and the computers stayed in one piece for this whole show. But again, I'm not live with the team on Friday. We've got a pre-record coming out because I'm heading to Brighton. And I may be on TV on Friday. We'll keep you posted on that one. And I hope to see some of you at the Brighton Preston Park run on Saturday morning. I'll be there, and then I'm doing the kids event. And then I'm obviously running Brighton. And so I hope to see loads of you there. Good luck to everybody who's running this weekend, whether you're in Berlin, Brighton, or whatever you're doing. Maybe you're doing that last final long run for London, whatever it is. Have a great weekend. I will be back on Monday. Yeah, I'll definitely be back live Monday. Again, tell everybody, bring somebody along with you. Make sure you're following us on Instagram at 40_run. Make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel. Tell everybody about this YouTube channel. I need you lot to get this channel to 22 million subscribers. It's all over to you, okay? But that's it from me, team. I shall see you all next weekend. Next Monday. See you later.